new NCIS.
Stop!
We're on the set as Ziva fights to save her father.
We're on the set for a big NCIS fight. Stop!
And
Cote in a smackdown. On CBS tonight, it's the end of a two-part NCIS drama. As the team searches for Cote's missing father, she goes toe-to-toe with her Israeli counterpart.
I love fight sequences, so for me, it's like a joy. That's technically perfect, which allows me to kind of be a little bit dirtier when it comes to fighting.
But there is always a danger that someone's going to get tagged unexpectedly.
I did hit her, but I said I'm sorry. Obviously, you're gonna get hurt.
Do not mess with Cote
Before tonight's NCIS, Mark Harmon's football past.
The backstory on the cast, including Mark's Laverne and Shirley stint.
Hi, I'm Victor. I'm here about your ad for the Jeep.
Before tonight's NCIS, how Robert Wagner was cast.
You said, I think you ought to get R.J. Wagner.
The coroner on The Man from U.N.C.L.E. and how Mark Harmon almost didn't get St. Elsewhere. The backstory. Then, before tonight's NCIS, Mark Harmon's beer commercials.
Yours is the one.
Michael Weatherly's past, playing future TV dad Robert Wagner. The backstory.
How do you do, Mrs. Gurdon? I'm Robert Wagner.
Right now on TV tonight, another all-new NCIS.
But before you see it, we are revealing what you never knew about the past of the cast. Here's the backstory on the stars of NCIS.
You are suspected of having committed the act of murder.
you think I killed Lieutenant Singer?
You do make could be used against you.
It was a very clever way to introduce a series. An episode of JAG introduced the characters to NCIS, and then it spun off into its own series.
We're excited with the opportunity to do this for CBS. So, you know what? We'll try to do that every week, and that's all we'll guarantee.
People thought this show won't make it because it's up against American Idol, but it always held its own. And of course, now it's the #1 drama on television.
Get a shot of everyone, tight as you can. Let me know when you got a match.
The role of Leroy Jethro Gibbs, a leader of the team, is perfect fit for Mark Harmon. He has almost always played heroes.
The good-looking Harmon played quarterback at UCLA. One of his first roles after graduating on Laverne and Shirley 35 years ago.
Hi, I'm Victor. I'm here about your ad for the Jeep.
What ad for the Jeep?
It said bring flowers.
New actor starting out, young actor starting out, my advice would be batten down the hatches. Hang on to whatever you believe in that is special and different about yourself from other people.
In the 80s, a ruggedly handsome Harmon did a series of commercials for Coors Beer.
Coors is the one.
And he was part of the prestigious ensemble cast of St. Elsewhere.
Mark Harmon was not the original person that Don Belisario wanted to star in the series. He wanted somebody edgier. And then someone suggested that he watch Mark Harmon on West Wing.
I'm not allowed to date a protectee.
Who's trying to date you?
I'm not allowed to kiss a protectee.
Who's trying to kiss you?
As soon as he saw Harmon play a Secret Service agent on the West Wing, he said, that's my guy. Michael Weatherly also had a really interesting way of being cast as Tony DiNozzo. He personally called the creator of NCIS. They were both in Australia, and he invited himself to dinner with the creator's family, and at the end of the dinner, he was cast.
How do you do, Mrs. Gurdon? I'm Robert Wagner.
Now, a little side note, when Michael Weatherly was in Australia, he was playing Robert Wagner in a movie, and now Robert Wagner plays Michael Weatherly's father on NCIS.
They started talking about his father. You said, I think you ought to get R.J. Wagner.
And of course, we have the famous NCIS coroner, who's played by David McCallum, but you may remember him as Ilya Kuryakin on The Man from U.N.C.L.E.
I am Ilya Kuryakin. I am also an enforcement agent.
Well, I know that you know, but I'm confused with... Oh, I know. You're doing your Gibbs thing to get a confession.
Rounding out the cast are Paulie Perrette, Cote DiPablo, and Sean Murray. You can see the cast's old roles on DVD now.
I think that we're doing the show better. We've had a lot of changes, and I think we've gotten better with those changes.
And one of the original characters, Kate, played by Sasha Alexander, was killed off the show. Why? Well, she fell in love with Sophia Loren's son, and she wanted to get married. Makes sense, right?
Who could blame her, really?